effectively, they found evidence of 10,000 searches. They found her search history.
They did.
Yeah, right, yeah.
It's exactly what they found.
It's so hard to imagine the sit down when you tell a wife she's now your favourite wife.
And that she can go to war anytime she likes.
Fourth legendary moment.
I'm going to say fourth.
No,
yeah.
you've got
That's
to. What, she
amazing.
invented the ambush.
As far as we know, yeah. That's a huge thing.
History's first recorded ambush.
Nonsense.
I'm planning to invade Outer Mongolia. Is the weather changeable? Can you recommend a good month? Yeah. Welcome to Bloomin Legends. I'm Johnny Vaughan. This is Gavin Woods. You right there, Gavin?
Yeah, really good.
Sorry, I sort of pointed weirdly between... I went, this is Gavin Woods, and I just pointed at some words.
These here,
but
these
he's
words,
right there.
that's who I am, yeah.
This is episode 38, podcast 38 of Bloomin Legends, your very favourite historical podcast. Gavin.
Yes.
Does my voice sound a little bit...
You're a little croaky. You're a little croaky.
Yeah, that's because we had the big night on Monday.
Yeah, is it the hangover from that still?
Well,
wow.
If you listen to the 4 till 7 thing on Radio X, you know Gavin and I are on Radio X.
Every day.
And if you listen to Radio X, you'll know Radio X is now 10 years old. The reason my voice is hoarse is we had our 10th birthday party on Monday.
Yes.
And...
It was a long night.
And I just got back from Tenerife.
Yeah.
So it's flying.
Yeah,
it's
the
being on
airplane.
trains.
Yeah.
I picked up a lurgy somewhere.
Yeah.
But I feel great. That's what I want you to know.
Yeah.
Don't feel, because my voice is a bit hoarse, that I'm weak. That you're looking at, no, I'm not being funny, Woodman. I'm just saying. Sometimes you sort of think...
You got a slight sort of trumpy croakiness there.
He's got a croak in his voice. There's a lot of people saying this.
A
A
lot
lot
of
of
best
great
people
people.
got
A lot of
croaky
people.
voices.
Bloomin Legend. Boudica's a legend, of course. A great woman. Great woman.
Although
I don't
not so good at the end.
I don't like her. I don't like her. I don't like her. Poor journalist.
Bad attitude.
Bad attitude. Anyway, I want you to know that even though my voice is hoarse, I'm not on in any way. My wit is
It's not diminished.
remains undepleted. Is it indepleted?
I would say undepleted.
Undepleted.
Yeah.
The undepleted. Anyway, so don't worry. Yeah.
No.
I'm up to speed. I'm there. Don't be fooled by the voice. That's point one.
Yes.
Yeah. Point two.
Yes.
What the fuck have you got a clipboard for?
Oh, what, this thing? My Bloomin Legends clipboard.
Now, where did you get a clipboard?
So apparently, according to our producers, the podcast is doing so well that they've allowed me a clipboard because it looks a bit better than just a couple of pieces of paper in my hand. Isn't it lovely? It's beautifully fashioned.
Where's my clipboard?
To me, that looks like
Ben,
probably.
sorry, I'm not talking to a man in the gallery.
Yeah.
Ben, how come I didn't get a clipboard?
Well, I didn't want to do this early, but if you were to just look at this...
A clipboard?
We've both got clipboards.
Clipboards?
So we've got It should be pronounced clipboard, shouldn't it?
It's a beautiful clipboard.
Isn't it lovely? I feel so official.
But Gav, there's nothing on my clipboard.
Ah, they've given you the Trump model.
Oh, I know why. Because you're telling me the story.
Correct. And also you will need that later because there are some stories from the listeners later on that you'll need to read out.
Okay.
So
Well,
to just put it to the side for now.
But I don't get to hold it.
Well, you can if you like. I mean, that's a good way to hold it. I like the arm underneath.
What you're forgetting...
You're doing, that's called the maitre d'.
What you're forgetting, Gav,
Yeah.
is I worked for 4.5 years on The Big Breakfast. And
Yes, you did. You had your clipboard, yeah.
When it comes to rip and read television, a bygone skill.
I know you were one of the pioneers.
In fact, in storage, I've still got my old clipboard.
Have you?
Yes. It's like it's a carved Union Jack with a bulldog poking through and all this symbolism that would be unacceptable now. But of course, back then,
Was absolutely
in
fine.
97,
Yes.
nearly 30 years ago, that's what won Labour the election.
It was the Britpop era.
Because Tony Blair pretended to be right wing.
That's right.
He realised the only way you can actually get voted in
is
by looking like a Tory.
That's right.
Which is
and sounding like one.
Which is how he became only the fourth member of the Labour leader ever to become elected.
Yeah, there's almost never been a Labour government.
Well, then, no, there's been before him. There's been
Callaghan,
Harold Wilson,
yeah,
Ramsay MacDonald, and Clem Attlee. There was 3 before him in the history of the party. That's it. We've actually won an election. Tony Blair was the 4th.
It's incredible.
It's incredible, isn't it? Oh, it's a Tory nation.
Amazing.
So Yeah, so they got in. Do you remember in all their adverts they started putting bulldogs and which
Yeah,
was a good thing because I love bulldogs
and the Union Jacks
and my
everything.
bulldog actually there is nothing right wing about him.
No, of course not. No,
But both bulldogs I've had have been incredibly egalitarian.
and committed to the workers' cause.
Oh no, they'll take a sausage off anyone, which I suppose is quite conservative.
It is. Yeah.
So Gav, we'll save that till the listener stuff at the end.
Anyway, I'm very proud. I love the new. Well, I think they should be called clibbards.
Yes,
because that's how
it is a really nice clibbard. Like cupboard.
How you say cupboard, yeah. And even the word.
That is a really nice clibbard.
It's lovely, isn't it?
We might even start doing Bloomin Legend clibbards as part of our marketing.
What, merch?
Yes.
People can buy their own clippard.
The point is, this is Bloomin Legends, Gav.
Yes, it is.
Hold up the thing.
This is Bloomin Legends.
This is Bloomin Legends.
As the clippard says.
If you have your own Bloomin legendary stories you want to share with us, you want to nominate yourself for some legendary behaviour, a friend for some legendary behaviour, could be a stag night, could be an uncle who fought in the war, could be an uncle who didn't fight in the war but lied to everyone that he did, could be your granddad was actually brave, could be your granny drove ambulances in the war.
Maybe you used a clipboard in some kind of heroic way.
Right.
To blag your way into an event, maybe?
We have a slot at the end of the podcast where we deal with your own blooming legendary stories. Any legendary activity. We had one lunatic write in to say he was walking along in, I think it was Colombia, and they just all the time were conscious of this growling that was there, this sort of noise that sounded like a coach.
That's right,
that was accompanying them, and they thought nothing of them. They thought it was there was a road nearby. Turns out they'd been stalked by a jaguar and didn't even know it. So it can literally be anything, from war hero to unwittingly being stalked by a jaguar. Do get in touch, bloominlegends@global.com, or you can just comment below. Give us a full story there in the comments if you're watching us on YouTube, or of course at Bloomin Legends on TikTok or Insta, our social media accounts. Right, Gav, enough housekeeping, enough clibbardry.
Yes.
Who is Bloomin Legend number 38?
The legend this week, Johnny, is Fu Hao, the warrior queen of ancient China.
Fu Hao?
Fu Hao.
Wow.
Fu Hao was a Shang Dynasty queen.
Right.
The Shang Dynasty, I looked it up, ran from 1600 BC to 1046 BC. It's later described in the notes as Bronze Age China.
Okay.
So it's a long time.
And you probably find out they had sophisticated cities, calligraphy.
Electric vehicles.
Yes, electric vehicles. They already had very primitive circuit board holders.
That's right.
Circuitry.
Absolutely right.
Firework displays.
Right, yeah. Primitive television.
Yeah, they'd already moved beyond gunpowder as being merely a weapon. They're already using it for... Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
We use it for wonderful displays for people.
Right, yeah.
They probably had a sort of martial arts,
all that, advanced farming techniques, advanced architecture, all of it.
Yeah.
So she
cut to an ancient Britain at that time.
I know,
looking around with
a round mud hut,
bit of metal and a bit of flint. Yeah, on the South Downs.
That's right.
Looking at a bit of flint, like. Ooh,
then turns on his friend.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Cuts him up to ribbons. Yeah. Anyway, Fu Hao, a Shang Dynasty queen, but also high priestess and general of the armies of the king. She had every angle covered there, didn't she?
Did, yeah.
I mean, what else is there to control? Anyway, so Fu Hao, the warrior queen of ancient China, she was queen, high priestess, and general of the armies, which is amazing. That's every angle covered, isn't it?
Yeah.
Every angle. She led armies of over 13,000 men to victory more than 3,000 years ago. She was buried with hundreds of weapons and treasures. And her rediscovered tomb, they rediscovered her tomb in 1976.
Did they?
They didn't know much about her before this tomb was discovered.
Because they had tombs.
But there was so much information in this tomb.
Was it a really sophisticated tomb?
Incredibly sophisticated.
Oh, man. What did we have? Long barrows.
I know.
They buried him with his sword.
Even the Vikings, under a boat.
No, but you know those long barrows?
Yeah.
Are they sure they didn't just live there?
Yeah, right. Well, the Devon Longhouse.
No, but I was sort of thinking, hang on a second. They buried them with all their property.
Yeah.
It's not just someone's gaff, and they've heard that
they've
other
died.
people are coming, so quickly they sort of brick it up, and they've never got out.
Yeah,
you know?
Right. Yeah. Yes.
I mean, are we sure these are burial chambers?
Yeah,
and not just,
we should check
and not
that.
just fucking houses.
We should check
Yeah.
that. Anyway, it was this tomb that gives us any of the information we have about her, because there were writings in there about her, references to what she'd done. Anyway, 1250 BC, she's born during the Shang Dynasty.
Sounds Irish, doesn't it?
Fu Hao is not her actual name. Fu means like lady.
Does it?
Yes. And Hao was her ancestral surname.
Does Fu mean lady?
Yeah. So Foo Fighters is like lady fighters. It's not the same. It's not the same. It's not
no, but are you sure?
Yeah, F-U, yeah.
Well, Kung Fu.
Yeah, but although I don't know if it means that.
I'm not so sure this is right.
Kung Fu.
I think you should leave your...
No, but the point is we don't know her first name. Her first name was not recorded. Women in China at that time, their first names were never referred to for some reason. It was a secret. But anyway...
if you know the first name, you know too much.
Nothing recorded about her, but archaeologists discovered loads of evidence of her legendary status when they uncovered 10,000 turtle shells in her in her tomb. Now, what they used these turtle shells for in those days is when they wanted to consult the oracle, they would scrape the question with a sharp point of some kind into a turtle shell and then burn it. And the reaction to the fire would, like reading tea leaves,
they were so desperate,
would tell them, but these burnt shells were left in her tomb with her. And within these questions, so should we go to war with the Northern Province on Wednesday, might be a question. But these were all left there. So the evidence of the war, of the questions. So
it's a bit like ChatGPT.
Very similar.
Right.
And also as reliable as well.
Instead of Googling it or doing ChatGPT, they just did that. But what's interesting about that is effectively they found evidence of 10,000 searches. They found her search history.
They did. It's exactly what they found. That's amazing. It's exactly what they found. These are inscribed with tales and stories.
What do you reckon? Is it going to rain Wednesday?
Her name appears in 200 of the shells. And so there's lots of information about
What's the weather like in Beijing? Is it warm in Beijing in October?
How do you fancy...
I'm planning a trip there.
How do you fancy Beijing FC's chances?
I'm planning to invade Outer Mongolia. Is the weather changeable? Can you recommend a good month?
It is believed she trained as a soldier when she was young. She rode horses and learned sword play and martial arts.
Right.
Her rise
so they had martial arts back then?
Yeah. Her rise to power came from farmland. In her early life, she saved up, bought the farm she worked on, and then offered it to the king as a tribute. He had 60 different wives, the king, in different districts, and they were all wives of families who had given land to the king as a tribute.
Your family hasn't got any land, does it?
No. It's really annoying. This king she gave her land to, because she wanted to become his queen as well, which a lot of the families would offer their daughters with the land.
If your partner came with land,
right?
Please, tell us. How much land your partner has, and also what they came with. What they brought to the party, whether your husband or wife.
What
did they bring to the party, and were you attracted by their land?
Or was it the person or the package?
Yeah, would you have married them if they didn't have? And also, here's another question: lands.
Yeah, various lands.
No, lands
and monies.
Yes,
as well as some
they had
accountants.
Vast lands. No, but when does it become plural? Because land is already quite plural.
Well, I guess doesn't it mean that, like, one section of land has a border around it, but there might be.
Right.
It might be nearby, but it might be separated by someone else's land.
And then they say,
but this other parcel, they call it a parcel.
No, because they say vast lands.
It's different.
But what's the difference in vast lands?
Well, because if all the land is in one spot, then that's land.
Yeah.
But if it's in different plots around the country, then it's like the king, for example. He has vast lands.
He has lands,
there's bits of them all over the place.
Multiple land.
That's right. It's like monies. Accountants talk about monies, don't they? It's different kinds of money. That's right.
Not
these
of money.
These monies. Yeah.
Go on. So
anyway,
she's got vast land.
Yeah, she has.
And drop a comment if you have got lands.
She's paid for it herself and then offered it to the king to get in with him. Now, but we need to find out about King Wu Ding. It was his name.
Wu Ding.
He was an interesting person, King Wu Ding.
We'll be the judge of that.
He spent his prince regent years living in poverty undercover.
Did he?
To gain an understanding of life as a commoner.
Yeah.
Once he took up his place in court, he didn't say anything for 3 years.
Didn't he?
He just listened.
Did he?
Which is kind of scary, isn't it?
No,
He wanted to, quote, hear everything.
No, but Gav.
But that's clever because no one
It
says
is
the
the-
truth to the king. He wanted to just get round that a bit, didn't he?
Do you know what Haile Selassie did?
What did he do?
Haile Selassie's trick, according to his biographer,
Yeah.
I forget his name, but I feel pretty sure Polish. Anyway,
Go on.
but it's a great biography if you get a chance to read it.
Yeah.
Someone, please, if you can be asked to do the research,
Yeah.
put it on a tortoise shell,
And burn it,
and get the
and
answer.
let us know how it comes
but what
out,
he
yeah.
used to do is with his ministers.
Yeah.
He always used to hold meetings walking around his lovely gardens.
Right.
But he never spoke to, say, the Minister of Finance about finance. He
Why?
spoke to the Minister of Finance
About agriculture
No,
or
about
something?
what the Minister of Agriculture was up to.
Oh, is that all it was?
Yes.
So he had them all telling on each
Yes.
other. Yeah.
And then he speaks to the Minister of Agriculture and he's going, so what's the Finance Minister up to?
Yeah. Wow.
Really manipulative.
That's so
but I
manipulative.
think just being silent, you always read about these sort of neurolinguistic people who tell you, you should listen 80% of the time and talk 20. I'm thinking, well, if there's two of you playing that fucking game, you're left with a 60%
Silence.
deficit. That
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
stack up.
That's
does
not a
it?
conversation.
And then it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
who's holding their nerve.
Yeah, it is. It's a
just bit
standoff.
odd.
It
It just
is.
strikes me as like quite parasitic. I go along.
A lexicon standoff.
No,
is
it is.
what
It is, isn't it?
no one wants to use the
It's
word.
a lexicon standoff.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, but it is absolutely that.
Yeah.
And quite rude. If you're sitting there.
Yeah, of course.
I think
And
all the-
manipulative.
No, but all this
Yeah,
sort of advice on social media about, but these are ways you can get people to do that. I'm thinking, you're just telling people how to lie.
Yeah, it's
and
horrible,
manipulate.
yeah.
Ultimately, Bloomin Legends says, and the thing about all our Bloomin Legends is be yourself.
Every time.
They wouldn't have been on this board if they weren't themselves.
Are you telling me Sir Christopher Lee played games like that?
Yes,
Who's
no.
got time for that
No.
rubbish?
Do you think Boudica, she gave it a second thought before impaling 30,000 Romans through the bollocks?
Budic?
Budic.
Never.
Yeah, do you think she had a big meeting about it? Or she looked on social media and someone says, what you should do is this? No. Spontaneous.
Do you think when Jack Churchill shot that German soldier with an arrow,
Yes.
was he worried about playing games?
Right. Was he worried about making friends and influencing people or what they'd say in London? No. He just wanted to shoot a German with a bow and arrow. Fuck's sake.
I still can't believe he did that.
Fuck's sake.
Anyway, so King Wu Ding, he's trying to be clever about his accession to power.
Yes.
Although he had 60 wives, Fu Hao was his favourite. His favourite possibly because of some very unorthodox personalities. Unlike most of the royal wives, Fu Hao didn't just host banquets and things. She wanted to get into the wars.
Yeah.
She wanted to get into the
And
the
what were they
military.
all like? Right? Were they was it a sexist culture? Evidently not. I don't
Well, he
know.
had 60 different regional wives, consorts. These
Who
are all,
did?
yeah, the King Wu Ding. She was only one of 60 of his wives, but she was his favourite, as we will come
Right,
to find
okay,
out.
okay,
I don't know if he literally had matrimonial relationships with all of them, but they were all tributed to him and loyal to him from families that wanted to make sure the king didn't kill them.
60.
Yeah, it's a lot, isn't it? It's a lot.
Fucking hell.
It's like King Charles having a wife from every county in the country.
His father did.
He did. He did.
By reputation. I mean,
He
I don't
did.
want
He
to say
did.
too much about Philip, but he had quite a rep.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's what she was really interested in. She wanted power, basically.
Yeah.
So King Wu Ding is impressed with her. She's very intelligent. She's got great leadership qualities and also a wacky personality.
Yeah.
Sort of like
Wow.
Ken Dodd.
No, but how do you become the favourite amongst 60 wives? I imagine some of them would have been not good looking.
And fairly reluctant to be his
Yes.
wife, maybe. They'd
Yeah.
been told to do it
Yeah.
by their family
Yeah.
or whatever. Be a lot of that, wouldn't there?
Yes. So we can rule out quite a few there anyway.
Yeah, sure.
Secondly, she must have been maybe quite good sexually.
I would imagine
Because they already had loads of books about how to master the art.
they
of it.
did. They
were
held
quite-
whole ancient
Yes.
instruction
Oh,
manuals.
some of the artwork I've seen.
It's terrifying.
Some of the
That's right.
depictions.
Also, a king.
Yeah.
A Shang Dynasty king can have
Oh, yeah, no,
any
no,
woman he
no. Oh,
wants.
yes,
yeah,
yes, yeah.
absolutely right. Anyway, so she became one of his favourite 3 queens. He had 3 that he quite liked more than the other 57.
Yeah.
She's trusted by him though, because he doesn't want her to leave. She keeps saying, "Let me take the army. I'll deal with this.
Right.
I'll go and deal with this province.
Right.
It was problematic or whatever."
I wouldn't like
but he liked her near him. He liked her company.
I wouldn't like my missus to do that.
No. You want her to go to war?
Always sort of seem eager to take command of the army.
Thing is, I could see your partner Vanessa in just poking out the top of
Yes,
a tank.
yes.
I could see her taking to that.
Now you say it
quite easily.
Now you say it, definitely.
You know, you put the leather helmet with the earpieces on there.
Don't.
And she'd be right at home.
Mrs. Thatcher looked formidable when she did that. Do you remember?
did.
She even kept a headscarf on, just to look like a housewife at war. Yeah. I mean, funny though, if all tank commanders.
I've imagined if the Argentinians in the Falklands just saw this tank coming over the hill with Margaret Thatcher at the helm.
With the Iron Lady like that. Fire! No, but imagine if all tanks. They all had a housewife.
All run by women.
A tank commander. It was a housewife. Because a tank is technically where you live.
It is,
and the men can't keep it tidy.
That's right.
You know, while they're steaming to battle, she's downstairs doing a bit of polishing.
Also, ruthless.
Yeah, ruthless.
No time wasting.
No.
Straight to the task.
Well, yes.
Haven't got time to mess around here.
Mess around at all.
We'll take that machine gun nest.
So she's one of
So
6.
he trusts her. No, she's one of 3 of his favourites.
Okay. This feels a bit blooming legendary, Gav.
It is.
She started off as a farm worker.
Yeah, she's a farm worker who uses the money she makes to buy the land she's worked.
Right.
And then she's clever enough to tribute it to the king. And now she's in the court with him. This is her Bloomin' Legends moment number 1.
And we know this from accounts found in her too.
Correct.
Wow.
So it is a fact. She was his favourite queen. And in those days, social mobility wasn't a thing.
I'm always impressed by anyone rising in China.
Exactly.
There's so
Especially
many people.
a woman.
Especially a female farmer rises. I mean, that's
it's unbelievable.
Well, Gav, there's a parallel again. It's like a grocer's daughter from Grantham.
Absolutely.
Being the most powerful woman on earth.
So early into their marriage, at the time, during the Shang Dynasty, there was a stalemate war against the northern province. She tries to advise him, "Let me take the reinforcement soldiers."
What does he say?
He says no.
Okay, why does he say no?
I don't want my wife going to war.
Right, no, you wouldn't.
Let my generals take care of it. That's what they're for.
Yeah, right.
But she really insists, and she convinces him by scribing it into a turtle shell and burning it and saying, "See,
Yeah.
So she's doing a little bit of the Rasputin there, isn't she?
Yes, definitely.
The gods are telling us.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So, but she doesn't just take the troops up there. She goes there, trounces the enemy, and returns victorious. She takes them up there, comes back after a few weeks. She's beaten them down and taken that province. And from here onwards, the king puts her in charge of all military operations.
On the basis of one victory?
Yeah, one victory.
Oh, man.
It's not bad, is it?
No, it's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
I mean, under that basis, we'd still have Lee, what's he called, as England manager.
Exactly. But that is her Bloomin' Legend moment number 2. She's now the military leader of China in the Shang Dynasty.
Yeah.
This is now 1250 to 1200. So these are the next sort of few years after 1250. Remember, we're counting backwards because it's BC.
Yeah, Gav, I prefer it that way.
I know. She is now the commander of all Wu Ding's armies. She commands thousands of troops in several decisive wars against rival provinces.
Wow.
Her military success expands and strengthens the Shang kingdom's borders beyond what he was even trying when they started, which is always going to go down well. All this extra land.
Is it though?
No, but it's all more money,
isn't
it?
No, but I know you say that, but if I was king...
She defeated over 20 border nations around that.
I know, but
what was China then?
But
that's a lot. Mind you, she is bringing a lot of extra admin and hassle onto him, isn't she?
Gav, it's a pig that don't fly straight. You know?
A hussar.
Don't be a hussar. And what I'm saying is, I bet... You know, if you imagine he is like Frank Lopez.
Yes, who doesn't really want to.
No, he doesn't want to express what he's saying.
He's quite happy with his level, isn't
and
he?
It just seems that she's a bit like Tony Montana. You know, he's got a lot of guys working
for
him.
I make a move here, I make a move there.
Make a mill here.
A mill here, a mill there. Fuck the Diaz brothers. That's right. What did they ever do for us?
Fuck Casper Gomez and fuck the fucking Diaz brothers.
Whoever said you were
I bury this cockroach. But what I'm saying
is... You're right.
King
Wu Ding is Frank Lopez.
He wants to send Omar.
He does.
You know?
He does.
He wants to send Omar.
But look what happened to Omar.
Right, look what happened to Omar.
got thrown out of a helicopter.
But this is my point
Yeah.
She is a Tony Montana figure, absolutely. You know, he's just quite content, doesn't want Omar to deal with it. Instead, she's got, I'm over here. Comes back and now,
you're right.
You know, he's got to put her in charge.
No, but also now he's got all these provinces to rule.
Yeah, right.
It is a lot more admin, a lot more, quite nervous.
Yes.
Like, you don't know.
But if I'm the king now, what I'm worried about is, you know, that the moment to roll with the Scarface analogy is the Monolo chuta piece of shit. You know, I'm just a little bit worried.
Yeah, of course. But
who said you were a cop?
Anyways. So now we get to her Bloomin' Legend moment.
So that's a second Bloomin' legendary moment.
That's right.
She's risen up from farm girl to being the king's top three concubine. Yeah.
Right, and now military commander.
Military commander is, I'd say, to become military commander after a great victory, second Bloomin' legendary moment.
Absolutely right, but we're already into number 3.
What's
because
3?
What she does next, she takes a 13,000 strong army with her, and in one of her most iconic battles, it's recorded she personally leads all 13,000 of them. This is unheard of for a woman.
Yeah.
The actual fighting, it wasn't her normally, but she does it in this instance. And she's praised because she includes women in the fighting force.
Okay.
There were 500 female soldiers.
Right, okay.
Also another reason for Wu Ding to be nervous. What is that? 500 women soldiers. They're very loyal to her as well.
Hang on. I know, but this is magic, just like Frank.
As well, shades of Gaddafi as well,
right.
didn't he? He had his female cohort of soldier bodyguards, didn't he? Very similar. Dictators love female bodyguards.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
While wearing big shades.
Yeah.
Why did Gaddafi?
Did he wear big shades?
No, Gaddafi wore massive shades, didn't he? He loved it.
When he stayed at the Dorchester, he booked the ballroom, didn't he? And built a tent in it.
Is that right?
He lived in a tent.
He didn't stay in the room.
No, he lived in a tent in the ballroom with all his people there.
I bet he clapped his hands and things happened.
No, it's just affectation. Isn't it?
Of course it is. Yeah. So the famous battle she got involved, she fought the Tu-Fang, she fought the Qi and the Ba armies.
Right.
They were tactically advanced at the time, all by her design. She had ideas on how to organise the weapons and the fighting.
Oh, she's always getting ideas.
When taking on one of the rivals, the Ba tribe, she devised what is claimed to be the first large-scale ambush known to man.
Really?
Large-scale ambush.
That's fourth legendary moment.
I'm going to say fourth.
No, you've got to. What, she invented the ambush.
As far as we know, yeah. That's a huge thing.
History's first recorded ambush.
1,200 years before Christ. In the Chinese Bronze Age.
Christ never did an ambush.
Wu Ding.
Hang on a second, Gav.
Go on.
Christ never did an ambush.
I don't think he did.
Well, then why'd you make him relevant to it?
No, I'm just talking about the year.
You're sort of saying 1,200 years before Christ pulled off the same feat. What?
Well, don't you know about
another podcast, John?
The famous ambush.
The secret gospels. The warrior gospels.
Of Arimathea.
The warrior gospels of Christ. Of Christ the warrior.
So then Wu Ding hits the enemy in the east, drives them far to the west. And
remember, guys, this was 1,200 years before Christ attacked Herod.
That's
what?
With his 50,000 men,
Launched an assault on some Romans.
Yeah, so she got the king to move the enemy towards the west, and she had her people waiting in the bushes for an ambush. Do you think ambush is because they're hiding in bushes? I've always wondered that.
I don't know.
Are they saying ambush?
Yeah. Shh. Pretend to be a bush.
Not soldier.
Ambush.
Ambush.
Ambush. What are you? Ambush.
And they did. They
Gav, is that what they say? If the leader says to them, what are you? They go, ambush.
Don't tell them we're soldiers.
Yeah, ambush. Okay, go on.
And they didn't. They defeated them. They drove them into her army, and she smashed them up.
Right.
Or pinched the enemy into submission.
I remember once again, this is how many years before Christ?
1,200 years.
This is 1,200 years before Christ attacked Romans. This is 1,200 years before Christ launched a surprise attack on a Roman legion in the desert.
And that's definitely a blue. She invented the ambush. That's massive Bloomin' Legend.
That's fourth Bloomin' Legend moment.
And although she was one of his 3 favoured queens, from this point on, after this ambush, it became extremely clear she was queen number 1.
Okay.
Probably because the other 2 queens thought, we can't mess with this woman.
Yeah, right.
We can't. I mean, she's now got potentially her own army.
But also quite an interesting moment then. He goes, I've decided, what? And she goes, what? Sorry, when she gets back. He
Yes.
goes, I've made a decision.
Yeah.
And she goes, what? He goes, from now on, you're my favourite queen.
And which she knew was going to happen
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
for years in advance, no doubt.
Yeah.
So he then starts just saying, go for it, every time she wants to go and do a military campaign because she's so good at it.
I just don't know. It's so hard to imagine the sit down when you tell a wife she's now your favourite wife.
And that she can go to war anytime she likes.
You're not only my favourite wife, you can go to
You
war.
can kill as many enemies
kill
as you
as
like.
many enemies as you want.
Well, no, he started joining her because it was a bit of an adventure.
Yeah, of
She
course it
kept
was, yeah.
winning. When you're winning, war's actually okay.
Yeah, but yeah, but also he must be thinking to himself, for years I've avoided war.
Yes.
Yeah, but I tell you what, the way she talks about it sounds like a right laugh.
It sounds like such fun.
And she keeps winning, and she comes home with not a scratch on her. As long as I sort of stand near her, I think. There's loads of people there. I'll just sit at the back, watch the action, and take a bit of glory.
It's like someone's discovered, I love going hunting.
Do you know what I've really enjoyed recently? War. Warring.
There's a
against
lovely
rival
war.
ter- Oh,
Absolutely.
marvellous. Oh,
I mean, you
marvellous.
don't want to get too close.
She
but
never loses,
No, she's good.
She's bloody marvellous.
She can land it on a sixpence.
Oh, my number one missus. She's like a killing machine.
Oh, she slices them up.
Oh,
No mercy,
Oh, you want to see her take the head of an enemy. Oh,
Even when he wasn't actually at the battles,
Right.
that he was happy
Right.
for her to get take part
he watched it on telly at a nearby
in. Well,
hotel.
kind of, yeah, because he would ride to within 80 miles of the city she was
Yes.
fighting in, just to greet her as she returned from
Well,
war.
so he's just like a sort of wag. With
No, it's exactly what it is.
Fantastic.
Yeah, but it's kind of like, normally the cliche is the wife is waiting for the husband to return from battle, but that's what he's doing.
No, he's like a wag, but I'm saying this is a bit like, when England players come back,
Yeah.
when the wives were allowed to the World Cup and they all sort of wait in the spa at a
That's
hotel,
right.
sort of outside the town where it's kind of happening,
While they get
all
off
wait for
they get off the bus.
They wait for the coach to arrive and they're all there,
Oh man! One time, Fu Hao returns from the battle to where he's plotted up outside the city. They didn't exchange a word. This has all been written in the turtle shells. And they raced their two chariots back to the palace together.
Oh,
that
that's
is
so
just
romantic.
So
That's
romantic.
brilliant. Matching chariots.
Yeah,
isn't it? It's lovely.
exactly.
Yes, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got them. You really got them, darling.
Yeah, darling. Oh, best decision I ever made. Hurrah!
So amazing.
Amazing, yeah.
Now, could she go any higher? Yes.
Yeah.
Because she now wasn't just a soldier and number one queen. She decided she wanted to take over the church. She was now in charge of all the royal rituals.
Yeah.
So all the consultations of the oracle
Right.
shells is all going through her now. It's
Yeah.
very Rasputin-like.
Yeah.
She was one of the only women in China to hold those two high-powered positions at the same time. Chief of the military, chief of the church. She would lead divinations, so those are the processes of consulting the runes.
Yeah. I bet those were nervous moments for some people.
For someone,
'Cause
yeah,
you're
yeah.
sitting there thinking,
Oh, someone's going to die.
yeah, you're thinking, I know they're lying, but it just depends. How's this going to go?
Well, she would use the oracle shells to provide the king with spiritual guidance, and she would lead the sacrifice ceremonies.
What do they sacrifice?
People and animals.
You wonder, don't you? I mean, it's something you never want to know, do you really?
No.
But how it feels to be next up.
Well, I've got to say, I mean, I get to a stage where I really am reluctant to even go to a function I've agreed to. But imagine getting the call, like, they're doing the sacrifices.
I know, but Gav, you never had a fucking invitation for a wedding saying, Gav, you are invited to be the sacrificial lamb.
I'm just trying to point out how I'm
I don't know what sort of functions you're going to where people are sacrificed.
That's my point.
Do you think
because
after
if I knew, they've chosen you. Thursday. This Thursday sacrifices.
Sacrifice,
apparently, mate, you're on the list.
It's for the crops. It's always for crops. Hey, Gav, what gets me about this is, like after a wedding,
yes,
the vicar's outside all beaming.
Yes, he's backstaging, isn't he?
Right, yes, he is.
The show's over.
But you wonder in the golden days of human sacrifice, the golden years, whether the vicar wasn't like that as well.
Well, after sacrificing?
Yes.
Having killed a human in front of everyone.
Wonderful sacrifice, vicar. Was it okay? Because
I wondered if I'd gone on a little too long with the words.
Yeah. No, it was wonderful, Vicar. Really
wonderful.
good. You don't think I went on a bit? I sensed everyone just wanted me to get on with it.
Yes, I had this feeling. And I feel I may have got a little bit too much blood on the cassock.
One always... No, not at all. They wanted the blood, Vicar.
You think it goes well with the green?
But one can feel they just want you to sort of get on with it, or everyone wants to start drinking.
Yes.
But of course, I wanted to give them a bit of a... No, give them a show.
Exactly. Give them what
It
they
was
want.
wonderful, Vicar.
Give them what you don't want people getting sore bums.
Wonderful service, Vicar. And I thought... how was the sacrifice? Because I
thought the fourth child to go was a wonderful part of the ceremony.
Almost willing.
Yes.
The way they co-opted.
Yes.
Like a little lamb. Yes. Wonderful.
First one cried a little too much.
I thought the Virgin was a little bit
hysterical.
Little bit hysterical.
Yeah.
I don't think she had a very good altar presence. I think she could have made more of that. I felt she was a little bit...
Do you think they believed, because obviously
the Virgin you sacrificed, was she nervous? Because I couldn't...
Do you think? Obviously, they believed sacrifices did benefit them spiritually.
I don't know.
Because they were giving something up to the god, hoping to get something back.
Yeah.
I.e., don't kill me.
Right.
But do you think they were also used politically? Like, you don't want to get called.
Yes. I think probably inmates...
Keep the fear of God in everyone.
Inmates on death row probably know exactly what it looks like to be sacrificed.
Yeah.
And you wonder if that isn't what human sacrifice was. How do we know they weren't all murderers?
Right, yeah.
And rather than being a death sentence, you say, no, you're going to get sacrificed.
It was just someone really annoying.
Like shoplifters and stuff were going to be sacrificed.
Do you think,
we used to have, at the turn of the 17th to 18th century, there was, at that time, 206 crimes you could be hanged for.
Right.
It was only debt you weren't really hanged for, because you wanted the money.
Yeah, because they wanted the money.
Right,
but that's why debtors' prison.
But you nick anything, you're done.
Right. Oh, especially livestock or anything like that.
But anything like impersonating a woman.
Right. Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah.
Dead. No, what I'm saying, Gavin, is that sacrifice, we always assume it's just some innocent there, and there were.
Yes.
I'm sure that did happen, but we never saw.
There would have been some expedience there. Yeah.
But do you think when a vicar was doing it, or the guy was doing it, people going, "Get on with it! Get on with it!" Oh, for Christ's sake!
More? No, there's a goat.
Just sacrifice them.
No, they've still got 2 goats. To get. Oh
Christ.
God! You see them wheeling.
How many
the
goats
animals.
have they got before we get to the main event? There was a billing.
There must have been.
Start off with like a few sort of pigeons and
rabbit.
stuff. A rabbit.
Goat.
Dove.
So now we're leading up towards the year she died. We don't know exactly the year. It was around 1200 BCE. It's very unclear when exactly she died, but she was quite young. She must have been within her 30s or 40s.
Right.
Because King Wu Ding is devastated.
Heartbroken.
She was his favourite. She was his favourite wife.
Yeah.
His favourite general.
Yeah.
And his priest.
But also right nice little earner.
I would imagine. Yeah, she made him a fortune with
Yeah.
all this new land. Check this out. You can see how much he loved her. And in fact, the only reason we know who she is because he loved her this much.
Yeah.
Because it was his decision to entomb her so lavishly. He buried her with 1,600 different items.
Wow.
What they call grave goods.
Yeah.
The tomb contained weapons, bronze vessels, over 700 jade ornaments.
Yeah.
Even human and animal sacrifices. So there were bones in there of sacrifices. All evidence of her royal and military status.
I suppose these days, like grave goods, it's just like sort of like a charity shop.
It would be very similar.
A lot of stuff in there. I mean, you've really changed.
Picture frames.
Yeah, when I go past it, I'm be thinking grave or Bermondsey Market.
Yeah,
that's all grave goods. Isn't it?
It is. Yeah. So what would you go with if in my coffin? So that'd be the equivalent.
I'm not going to talk about it, Gav.
A couple of Len Dayton novels and a cigarette case.
What I sometimes wonder is when you see, like, the Valley of the Kings.
Yes.
And it's all heaped up in those rooms, just all their stuff. You sort of think, is the Valley of Kings, is it just like big yellow storage? They thought they came back in another life, didn't they? So they're not like tombs at all. That's a storage facility. It's like safe storage.
It's a facility.
Yeah, it is.
It really is.
Yeah.
Out of the many royal Shang tombs, there were more than just hers. Fu Hao's is the only one that remained unlooted until its discovery in 1976.
Wow.
They unearthed it near Anyang, the modern Anyang, and it's a gold mine. It had 130 weapons, 700 jade artifacts, 16 human skeletons, Her name was carved on all the oracle bones, confirming she was real.
You'd hate to be. That's a bad job, isn't it?
What's
Again, well, you're part of someone's entourage, but
Yeah, you got to go in with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, your mate.
Yeah.
It's one of those, isn't it?
I
didn't know
I thought
that.
you were really friendly. You said you'd be willing to die by her side.
Yeah.
You're not going to be buried
But
alive.
you used to pick out dresses
I
together.
don't want to be buried alive, though.
I don't want to
We
be
weren't
buried
that
alive. Can you imagine all 16 of them
Yeah.
sitting around?
They're much closer. They were closer.
They used to go to the toilet together
they
at
were
feasts.
miles closer than I was. You'd scream as they shut
As
the
they
tomb,
close the stone.
as they rolled the stone.
God,
I don't even like her.
Can you imagine that moment afterwards, like, right,
And then you're sitting there now like that.
I miss her
Right,
now.
that's it. It's going to be a slow one. This
Yeah,
is.
this is. Yeah. Anyone got any games?
Yeah.
I don't really feel like playing games.
Sitting on one of her armchairs, sitting on all her grave goods.
Well, look at all this stuff, and we can't do a thing with it.
Do anything. My brother reckons he was going to come around with a van.
That's right. Yeah.
Now they've put
I've never
that
seen so
across,
much jade in one
Yeah,
place.
yeah. Great.
Could buy a nice little
Fat lot of good.
house on the sea
Fat
with
lot
that.
of good 170 J fucking items is going to do it now.
The tomb discovery is deemed the Chinese equivalent of Tutankhamun.
Right.
She was preserved so well, with so much stuff in there, that they were able to learn everything we actually know about her.
Yeah.
From Bronze Age China.
Yeah.
That is Bloomin Legend moment number 5. The discovery of the tomb confirming
That's
her
fantastic,
status.
isn't it?
The first ever female general in ancient China.
How about that?
Fu Hao.
Fu Hao.
Bloomin Legend.
Bloomin' Legend. So, Gav.
Yes, we have to make a decision here.
Fu Hao.
Yes. I
Right.
mean, she was kind of in her way bigger than Boudicca. You know? But we can't lose Jack Churchill.
That's all
the
you got to
problem,
think.
yeah.
You see, so you got all these, right?
Yes. Yes.
Patrick Lee Firma.
He was fantastic.
Right,
I mean,
I know,
He's almost,
okay,
he's almost
yes,
like
yes.
the ultimate Bloomin'
But
Legend.
did Fu Hao, marry a countess?
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, she sort of did. She married rich, so that's comparable.
Yes, true, yeah.
But did she drive through 24 German checkpoints with a general in the back while imitating that general?
In his uniform and speaking German.
Goodbye.
Yeah, I'm afraid she
Sorry,
can't.
did she take bagpipes into war and shoot enemies with an arrow? Probably the equivalent.
That's true. I don't know about the bagpipes. The old Chinese bagpipes. Have they got them? They probably have. Oh, it's so annoying, isn't it?
No, I'm going to put her at the bottom. Sorry,
She's definitely on the honourable mensch.
she's on the honourable mention.
Absolutely, because that is a blooming legendary
It's
story.
Bloomin' Legend.
Yeah,
It's a real Bloomin' Legend.
Absolutely.
But please do drop a comment below.
Yes.
If you think she should be put in there, because everything's up for grabs at all times. You fight her corner if you want. Right, Gav.
Yes.
I was saying earlier that you can get in touch by. Rather enjoying that. Gotta tell you.
You got your clipboard.
What, glasses and a clipboard?
Oh, it's wonderful.
Get out of town. To get in touch, email bloominlegends@global.com, or you can comment and subscribe on our YouTube channel, Bloomin' Legends. I hope you're watching on that now. A yacht chef who wants to be kept anonymous, let's call him Pierre.
Oh, I love this.
Okay, he says, we're asking about the egg question.
He's taken on the egg question, so yes, go on.
I don't work the egg question.
What was the egg question? We asked how many eggs do you think a cruise liner goes through?
Right.
Yeah, go on.
I don't work on cruise ships, but private yachts. So let's do some maths. We usually charter with 10 guests for a week.
Right.
I use 5 eggs per day per guest as a guide. Wow.
Well, you've got to. It's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You make some custard. You're using eggs.
So that's 50 eggs a day.
Yeah, for 10 guests.
Only once in 5 years has this not been enough. I only ran out of eggs because the number of whiskey sours the guests were smashing all day long. Calling the helicopter for extra eggs.
Wow.
So 5 times 10 times 7, 350 eggs.
Yeah.
Then on top of that,
That's
10
for a week.
crew
Yeah.
who usually get through 2 eggs a day at sea.
Right.
Let's say 400 eggs a week with guests to cover my ass.
Okay.
Scale that 20 people up to 5,000 people. If my drunken sums are right, you are looking at 100,000 eggs a week.
That's always hard. About if you add for extras, you're looking at 500,000 eggs a month. on
What
a
you
cruise
haven't
line.
what you haven't considered though
Yeah.
is what I like to think is a trade secret, but absolutely isn't.
Yes.
Is buying litres upon litres of pasteurised egg yolks
Yes.
and egg whites,
Yes.
which could really reduce that number
That's true.
by 25%.
Yeah, because when you know you're making something that's going to use a load of eggs, you just use the pasteurised egg yolks.
Have you used those?
White. I haven't, no, because I only worked in a small restaurant. We didn't need to deal with
but when you're on
quantities like
we're
that.
out on the catering truck.
No, egg by egg. Egg by egg. We used to have big stacks of them. If I was feeding about 150 people for breakfast, we'd have about 10 stacks of eggs. And we had to
100,000 eggs a
do
week.
2 big pans of scrambled and make poached and fried,
Yeah.
depending on what everyone wanted. Yeah,
100,000 eggs a week though.
It's
line of he
insane,
reckons.
isn't it?
But we could cut that down to 75,000
Yes.
if they're using pasteurised.
Yeah, still 75,000 eggs.
But even so, pasteurised eggs is eggs.
It is, yeah. It's just been separated.
It's just been
and
separated.
poured into one container.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still the same
Still,
thing. You're just not cracking them.
Yeah, they all needed a hen.
That's
Which came
right.
first?
That's right.
Okay, Gav.
Thank you for answering that question for us.
Thank you
though,
so
yeah.
much. We've got 2 more Bloomin' Legends for you. Gav, give us a Bloomin' Legend.
Okay, so this is Steve on Instagram, Steve Adams. He says, "Hi, gents. I have found a football team you might want to look out for. 4th place in the Bolivian Premier League is Club Blooming FC.
No!
My God. They are just behind the 1st place team, Always Ready FC. And 2nd place, the Strongest FC.
Wow, it's like
This is amazing.
it's like naming sort of weird radio stations.
As football
Isn't
clubs.
it like Blooming FM?
Yeah, it really is.
Love the pod, says Steve Adams.
Thank you very much, Steve.
This is Drew McNichol in Glasgow.
Go on.
Thank you very much for writing in, Drew. All right, lads, loving the podcast. The Mad Jack episode had me howling. When you start talking about the Bruff Superior, I had to jump in.
Go on.
The story behind that name is possibly one of the biggest FUs in history.
Go on.
George Bruff
Yeah.
was working with his old man, William, building Bruff motorcycles.
Yeah.
But George fancied doing things his own way. When they didn't see eye to eye, he left.
Yeah.
Then, in a stroke of pure cheek, he launched his own company, and he then called it a Bruff Superior.
He said so. God, he would have pissed his dad off.
Basically, he looked at his dad's bikes and said, "Nice, but mine are better." Cue a massive family fallout and one of the greatest brand names ever born out of spite. Keep the legends coming. The stories are gold.
That's amazing. So Bruff wasn't the brand. Bruff Superior was the brand.
Yes.
And it was a Bruff Superior something. It was not
Yes.
the name of the model.
No, they probably only had one model.
And it was the Bruff Superior.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Please,
That's fantastic.
if you
Thank
want to
you.
make up the names of any British bikes, do
Yes,
drop
let
them
us
below.
know, yeah.
We will be doing a special on that in forthcoming weeks. If you want to get in touch, though, bloominlegends@global.com or on Insta or TikTok at Bloomin' Legends, or just drop a comment below right here on our YouTube channel. We shall see you in episode 39 of Bloomin' Legends.